why should people watch this music video? I feel that it touches on something completely different. You know, you're used to seeing a certain images and a certain storyline come out of like majority of the videos that we release out of Jamaica most of the time. This one is completely different, complete opposite. You know, like I said, it takes you back in time. It's a period piece. So it educates you. It shows you what people had to go through. It's intense. It's not just, it's not ordinary. It's a like I said, it's a very sensitive subject to touch on, slavery. So for the artist to actually have this inspiration to go back in time and mix this with his tune, which is an awesome tune, by the way, I think everything comes together quite nicely. And the visuals are great. People did a good job. Just check it out. It's definitely something different, you know, a very unique video for you to watch, coming out of beautiful Jamaica.
It's more than just a song. Each line in the song tells a story. Each moment captures what women back then, or not just women, what slaves back then had to go through. So it's a piece of our history, something worth sitting down, watching, listening to as well, and you can learn a lot from it.
This music video is different. It has a positive message. The video teaches positivity. So there are negativities, that's slavery, but it teaches positivity, because the same slave, one of the same slave, he was bought and he went away and he came back to purchase his mother out of slavery. It shows tranquility, you know. It teaches never to give up. Where you begin doesn't mean that's where you will end.
Slavery is not a good thing at all. You know, it was an intense time for a lot of people, and technically in today's day and age, in 2026, some people are still in slavery, mental slavery, you know, and the intensity, the heat, things that they had to go through. It's not a good look at all. It wasn't good at all. I mean, you know, to take a step back in time and see for yourself when you're trying to create something of this nature, it really makes you think on what people had to go through. You know, the struggles, the trials, the tribulations, the beatings, the killings. It's just, it takes a toll on us.
I get to see how strong enslaved women had to be holding on for their child, even when everything has been stripped away from her.
It allowed me to understand that your own people can be a part of your downfall. Your own people will have that crab in the barrel mentality, don't want to see you get out. So each time you try to elevate, they pull you down, because these slaves were controlled by another black slave. So you have the slave owner and you have the slave driver. I played the role of the slave driver. I controlled the slave on the field. I didn't want to see them having any good time. And as such, each time I see them stop, I will add pressure. You know, I will just keep hitting the gas. Let's go. Move it. Hurry up. You have 15 minutes to go. And, you know, if they fail to complete their task in the given time, then I whip them.
Did I have fun with this role? Definitely I did, you know. It comes down to the people I get to work with, you know. That helps me to enjoy my time on set, you know, and I'm always grateful. I always, you know, like the people that I work with. You know, it's an enjoyable experience for me. You know, and there's a lot of creative people I get to come across and put something nice together, you know, and do a nice collaboration. So that builds my energy. So I greatly appreciate that.
I wouldn't say fun in a sense, but it felt good. I liked the part that I played, another part. Being on set with such an amazing cast, crew, team members. Yeah, so I guess it's fun after all, right?
I did have fun because it's a character. I played that character, so that's not me. I'm not gonna oppress my own. So it just showed me that in reality, people are like this, and you have to just be careful. So I enjoyed it, cracking back into history. Yeah. So
what did I like about this role? You know, it's a period piece, and I get to go back in time, you know, take a step back to see how things were. And for me, that's an adventure. I love doing period pieces. You know, I like to take a step back, and that helps me learn at the same time. You're always learning something new every day, you know, and it was an enjoyable experience. You know, everyone on set did a great job, so I definitely enjoyed the role that I was given and the people that I got to work with.
I like the fact that even in hard times as a mother, I get to show mother's love, and I get to protect, or at least try to protect my
my
child.
role taught me a lot about slavery. It taught me how oppression can lead to depression. And it taught me that many black people are the same ones oppressing others. It shows me how power leads to control.
So I think this video captures the true essence of slavery. In a sense, it does, because it shows you, like I said earlier, what the people had to go through, the trials, the tribulations, the separation, the beatings, the constant abuse. So it does, it absolutely does. So you definitely need to check this out. Awesome video, very unique, done by a very creative Jamaican individual. Once again, it was a pleasure to work on set. I give thanks.
I wouldn't say the entire idea of slavery. That would have been too much for anybody to capture. But it captures a piece, right? And what it captures, I think it's a real human, heartfelt part. And that's a good place to start.
I honestly believe this music video captured the whole idea of slavery. You know, just like what I read back then with slavery, and even the book, the Harriet's Daughter. Yeah, it sent a message like that. So check it out.
So what would I change about my role? Not a thing. You know, like I said, it's a very interesting role to play. I have no changes to make, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
So I would want the audience to see that, you know, that mother and son connection, that bond that they have. So I would want more time to kind of show that bond, and also to be in the fields. I want it to be that field running up and down.
Honestly, don't think I would change anything about my role. I enjoyed my role because it brought me back to slavery, where it all started, and how our own people oppressed our own. And it reminds me of Nipsey's Hussle saying that they will use one of you to kill one of you just to say it was one of you. So let me explain. So they will use a black man to kill a black man to say it was done by a black man. So the same thing in the slavery movie, the slavery song. They had house slaves. You hear that word there? House slaves. Now pay that no mind. That can't flash out. So they had house slaves, and they used the house slave to control the slaves in the field. So the house slaves, they are slaves just as the other slaves, but they were allowed a little leniency. They were able to live in the house, eat a little better, and so on. So it shows me that people will use your own to control you. So I wouldn't change anything about my role. I enjoyed my role.